Marriage does not benefit women in the slightest. However, it does benefit men. Let's talk about it. Number one, there are a few topics that I want to talk about today. Number one, older men, younger women, is gross behavior. To see men on TikTok that are in their late 30s, early 40s, 50s, talking about the fact that they are looking for someone that's fit, feminine, and friendly, that's 18 years old. I promise you, if you feel that way, you are a predator. Somebody needs to put you on the watch list. Somebody needs to lock you up. Somebody needs to take you away from society, period. And there's no exception to it. If you are a 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old man and you would date somebody 18 because it's legal, that means that any age that society told you was legal, you would do it. You probably go over there to Thailand or probably go over there to Medellin or wherever, all these places, and try to look for kids that are 10, 11, 12, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. That's probably what you're doing, period. Because just because something is legal does not make it moral, does not make it right. Y'all do know that they owned black people as slaves, right? Huh? Yeah, that was legal. So once again, if you want to use legality as a reason to do things that are completely morally bankrupt, there's something wrong with you. So that's number one. Number two, I would love y'all to know as men that y'all be over here screaming and hooting and hollering about what y'all don't like about women and how women are going to be by themselves, how you don't like these type of women, you don't like their hair, you don't like their personalities, you think they're masculine, you think this, that, and the third. I really want y'all to understand that most women do not like you. You who are listening, if you're a man listening, most women do not like you. Most women don't find you attractive. Most women don't like your personality. Most women wouldn't touch you with somebody else's hand. So how you feel is actually irrelevant because most women do not like you, which is the majority. And I would say that a lot of y'all know women like. So that's also very, 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 very important to realize. Okay? Marriage only benefits men for loco super demon. Like your name is a purely indicative of the reason why marriage doesn't benefit women. Okay? And the reason why so many women want to get married is because they have been brainwashed into believing that that's what they're supposed to do. And number two, they think that the type of man that they have found is actually worthy of being with. And the majority of the time, y'all are not. So there's your answer. Number three, as I already said, if you are a man and you would date somebody 18 years old and you're 30, 40, 50, 60, you would date younger than that. You would. You would date younger than that. You would, honestly. And you should be on a watch list somewhere. Let's see here. For Loco says, let me see I can't see what he looks like. T Scorpio, I cannot see, sis, what he looks like, but I'm not surprised because they say that most men don't want marriage, but y'all want women. Y'all always hooting and hollering and yelling and trying to get women that don't like you to do what y'all want them to do. So clearly somebody's pressed and it's men. Okay. Number four, like I said, and I'm going to say it one more time, marriage only benefits men in most scenarios. Of course, this is not always the case, but the majority of the time, it's the case. And number two, even if it's not the case, marriage is going to benefit the man more than it benefits the woman 100% of the time. 100% of the time. So even if you have a man that's decent and stuff like that and to provide for you, it's still going to benefit him more. And there are so many studies and fact-based information to prove my point. To prove my point that marriage and partnerships with women benefit men way more than they benefit women. So let's talk about it. Let's see here. Four Loco says men don't care about marriage. If y'all don't care about marriage, then why are y'all always shaming single mothers? If y'all don't care about marriage and it don't mean nothing, then why are y'all always shaming women for having children with random Negroes, random people, or having babies, being single mothers, saying y'all not going to be with them? If y'all don't value marriage, that's what's going to happen if a girl is out here living her life. So no, y'all care. Y'all care. Y'all care. Stop lying. The minute a woman come up and say something that you don't like, that you don't want to hear. You say, you married? Where your husband at? You got him in? You got him in? You married? You married? Because if you ain't married, you ain't nothing. Men care about marriage. Absolutely. Absolutely they care. The majority of men, I don't care about you for loco. Your personal experience is it doesn't mean anything. That's what the majority of men say. So yeah. Anywho, like I said, but even you, for loco, looking at your profile picture, I don't know if you're a troll. I don't know if this is really you, but most women aren't gonna like you. Most women aren't gonna want to marry you. That's just the truth. So once again, everything that I'm saying is the case because most women wouldn't like you and wouldn't want to marry you. Probably maybe 0.0001% of women would want to do that. Like, so, yeah. Anywho, hey, how you doing, Miss Chrissy, baby? So anyway, you guys, this is a topic that I want to talk about because I'm telling y'all, I don't know what's been going on lately, but I saw a crazy live this morning. Some dude, I think his name, I've only seen him one other time. He goes by, I think it's like, I'm not your boyfriend or something like that, which once again, another unattractive man that nobody likes. No women don't care about. Women are not attracted to. Talking about he's not their boyfriend. Like nobody wants you to be their boyfriend. But he was holding a podcast, right? Or a live, TikTok live. And he was on a panel with, I promise you, one of the boss level pick-me's that I've ever seen. Oh man, I forgot her name. I think her name was Chrissy something. Chrissy. Of course, not to be confused with Miss Chrissy Baby down here in the comments, who I love, but it was another lady. Her name was Chrissy. I think she had like 80K subscribers or something like that. Now, she was this huge pick-me in there. And then the rest of the guys that were in there, I clicked on their profiles personally. Unattractive men that women don't want, period. And so they were in there talking about, let's see here, Larry Sanders. This live is sponsored by your daddy. Did you know that? This live isn't sponsored by McDonald's, Larry. It's sponsored by your daddy. Your daddy sent me a cash app. All right. So anyway, like I was saying, in the live, they were talking about how like men want younger women. They want women ideally between 18 to 22 because they're easy to manipulate. And then they were talking about women going 50-50 and women getting married quick. And all of these things and all the things that they were saying was only beneficial to men. It was really, 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 really crazy. Like literally insane. They were talking about dag that I guess older women have baggage. They're not attractive. They're past their prime. All of these different things. And my thing is that I never understand the insanity when men like say things like this, especially black men. Like it's like, so you think that everybody's looking at you like you're Idris Elba or something? You think that when you get to be 40, 50, 60, like you're actually looking like something? Like it just doesn't make any sense. Seeing as though black men have the poorest health in the United States out of any demographic and the shortest life expectancy, way shorter than black women, put his poor health. So you really think that y'all like at 40 and 50, y'all really are equipped to be out here like satisfying 18 to 22-year-olds or marrying them or building a family with them? It just doesn't make any type of sense. It doesn't make any logical sense, the things that are being said. Exactly, supervillain. 50 years old and an 18-year-old girl would have to go 50-50 with you to like what? Go 50-50 with you to like what would be her motivation in getting with an old crusty dude? I could have sworn that the whole idea that these fantasy world that these men spin to each other is that when they get older, which statistically will never happen, the majority of BOK men will never have money, even if they get older. But the fantasy is that they're all going to have all of this money when they reach 45, 55, 65 to where they can pay for these 18-year-old girls. Because honestly, what 18-year-old girl is going to be with you unless you are paying like you weigh? Unless you are tricking heavily. Unless you are paying every single bill that she has. And you getting her hair done, nails done, facials, spa days, letting her go out on girls trips with her girls out of the country. What would her reason be to accept you? Because y'all have so much in common? Like, can I say that word on live? I don't know why you would have said that. I feel like since I don't know you, are you trolling? You can't use that word. You trying to get my stuff shut down? That's a crazy thing to say. Anyway, as I was saying, like, let me read some of y'all comments here. If y'all could just please click the live, like the live, because I have no idea why she said that. Miss Chrissy Baby says, my daughter and nieces are absolutely sick of older men trying to get with them. Honestly, I believe it. Because the only people that believe that older men the only people that believe that younger women really want and desire older men are older men. That's it. They're the only ones that believe this foolishness. And then they will use instances of like old rich men and be like, oh, look at this old man. He's worth $1 bajillion. He's got a 20-year-old girlfriend. Yes. And that 20-year-old girlfriend is waiting for him to kick the bucket. And also he's spending so much money on that young woman. He's definitely not getting it for the free. She definitely has somebody on the side that she's calling when he's asleep after he's taking his multivitamins for the day. Like, it's crazy. Let's see here. Yeah. Four Loco says, hope you heal. Four Loco, I hope you heal. Because you're the one that looks ridiculous, not me. I hope you heal, though. Let's see here. So once again, let's talk about it. Anybody that wants to debate the topics, y'all can definitely send me a request. Let's get back at it again. Marriage only benefits men. Period. It's really not up for debate. And even if you have a good husband and you have a good man, he is still receiving way more benefits from the marriage than you are. And that's a fact. So that's number one. Number three, if you date 18 years old as a man, you would date younger. You would date 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You would if they told you that it was legal, because the only thing you care about something about the legality of it, not the morality of it. And the morality of it is that if you're an old man and you're going after people that just got out of high school, there's something mentally wrong with you. And it's people that just got out of high school, there's something mentally wrong with you. And it's just that simple. And I wanted to say, for all the men that have so much to say about women here online, on these internet streets, they don't desire you. They wouldn't touch you. They wouldn't sleep with you. They wouldn't do anything with you. So why do you spend your time complaining to you? They wouldn't do anything with you. So why do you spend your time complaining about women as a whole when I can guarantee you 99% of y'all that have so much to say about women, 99% of women don't like y'all and won't give y'all no play. So why are you talking about it? Because they don't want you. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. So let me go ahead and let everybody speak. Go ahead, Sage.
All right. So,
hey, sis, I love the new profile pic. Love it.
thank you. Thank you. I didn't even use any filter. I just did my makeup and just took that picture.
You're looking cute. I love it.
I thank you. So I just want to speak on point number 3, because that's the one that stuck out to me the most. If you date 18 years old, you would date younger. Yes. It's a saying that I heard where men who date 18-year-olds are like jobs that pay minimum wage. If they could go lower, they could. Because it's like, it's weird if you're a 30-year-old guy and you're like, oh, I want an 18-year-old. Like, why 18? Because that's the legal age limit. So what if there was no legal age limit? How low would you go? So I'm thinking those type of men who specifically target 18-year-olds, I think what they really want is children. And the problem is that a lot of young girls don't understand. What's wrong, sweetheart? What happened? Let me see. Oh, give me 1 second. Hold on.
Okay, no problem, Sage. Go ahead, supervillain, and hey, how you doing, sis?
Hey, Trick. Thanks for having me. Y'all know what to do. Tap the screen. Let's get her to the likes she deserves. Sage is back, so I don't know if she wants to say.
1 second. I'm listening to my daughter. Give me one moment.
Okay, no problem. So I'll just hit 1 through 4, if I may. I'll start with number 1. Older men, younger women is gross behavior. I actually agree to this. I've always said that, And I want to go on record by saying I have been more than once on record for saying that I want an older man if I ever were to date or get married. But the caveat is he has to be on his way out. I'm talking about 6 years or less. I can't do more than that because I have to agree with the first prompt. It is absolutely gross, and I don't think I can tolerate more than 6 years of it. So yes, it is gross behavior. I don't care how you want to put it. Is it beneficial, especially if he's very, very old and on his way out? Absolutely for a woman, because she does not have to tolerate him for much longer. But I'm not going to sit here online and say that ain't gross. It's absolutely gross. Number two, most women do not like you. And it's so funny, Trig, because they look at their moms, their grandmothers, their great grandmothers' relationships. And I don't know, these marriages last 50, 60 years, but they don't realize that half the time, number one, they're the milkman baby. Like their grandfather isn't even really their grandfather. And then number two, a lot of these relationships were for survival. Like these men really, really believed their grandmother was in love with their funky old grandfathers. And they were not. And let's be clear, a lot of those relationships back then were also very young women, older men relationships as well. So I don't want to leave that part out. They really believe their grandmothers loved their grandfathers. And it's just simply not true. And a lot of y'all will find out if y'all paternity test y'all dads or y'all grandfathers. Um, oh gosh, trigger left. I don't even know what number three is. I think number three was dating. Yeah, if you date 18-year-old, you would date younger. Oh, absolutely. Trig, I always say the only difference between a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old is literally 11:59 p.m. And it's true what Sage was saying. It's because it's legal. These men are not saying they're not attracted to 18-year-olds. They're saying they don't want to break the law. If you remember, I remember the first man who tried to holler at me as a grown man. I was 12. I was in my khaki pants school uniform, white polo, and two pigtails. And the way that they talk about younger women, it's crazy because you would think that the girls from junior high school and high school are going up to the buildings or going on construction sites flirting with these guys. These men are coming to the junior high schools and the high schools, parking in the yard and trying to pick up girls. But for some reason we're the bad guys, right? The younger women are the bad guys. We're the ones apparently going up to their jobs trying to flirt with them. They're so weird. And I'm going to say for number four, I always tell women this. When you get married, make sure that your marriage is advantageous because men will always benefit from marriage. They get something that they cannot replace, and that is time. They get your time. A man can lose money, lose it, and make it again, but he can never, ever, ever, never give you your time back. It's too expensive. He can't afford it. So make him pay in other ways. Make sure that your marriage is a safety net and advantageous if anything goes wrong. Because again, he cannot give you your time back. And he married you because he could not find any other where or place or whatever you offer from anywhere else. So make him pay. Period. And I think I'm a yield there. Thank you, Trey.
Back. I'm
All
sorry.
right.
I just
Okay.
I just
Go
had
ahead, Sage.
yeah.
Just
Uh
1 second, Sage. I'm sorry.
okay, go ahead.
The messenger. Let me tell you something, sir. You said a bunch of defiled women who hate men. Look at yourself. I know that you have been in jail, in prison, somewhere. You look very dusty, unkempt, and like you have done who knows what, and that you have a nice little HPV outbreak right around the rim of the top of your shaft. Okay, so please stop the game. If anybody's defiled, it's you and also your mother from whatever glory hole she conceived you in. Okay, so think about that. Okay, and wait your turn. Okay, go ahead, Sage.
So I just want to finish what I was gonna say about point number three. Um, so one of the things with 18-year-olds or the men that date those women that are younger is that you gotta be careful if you're a young woman dating those older guys because if you my biggest concern would be if I have a child with him, if my child is going to be safe, if you get my drift. And also you got to keep in mind that when you deal with those older guys, You as a younger woman, if an older dude is talking to you, if you're 18, if he's talking to you, if one of the reasons why he's talking to you is because you're 18, what's going to happen when you hit 25? What's going to happen when you hit 30? Because those type of people, they try to cycle out the younger women that they talk to. So but the biggest thing you need to be concerned of is if you have a kid and if that kid is even going to be safe around that man. But that's all I want to say.
Okay, all right, Sage. All right, sis. Okay, let me go down here to the messenger. And make sure that you're respectful, sir, because I don't know what you want. Go ahead. I sent you a request to turn your mic on.
As respectful as you, shouted. But
You're not
you
respectful as
asked a
me. You
question,
were very
older
disrespectful in the
men,
comments.
younger women
Excuse
is
me, let
growth.
me stop it. Let me explain something to you. You weren't respectful. You were disrespectful in the comments. And I can already hear it in your voice that you are definitely somebody that has been in the penal system, the prison system. You know what I'm saying?
Got
Like,
to do
I
with the
know that.
topic at hand.
When's the last time?
What they got to do
When
with it?
did you get out?
What they got to do with it?
When, I just want to know, when did you get out?
11 years ago.
Okay, so how long did you do in prison, sir?
What they got to do with the topic at hand?
Just tell me how long did you do in
What
prison?
old nigga you let slut you out?
Okay, so
What you mad
how
at?
many like you see what I'm saying? You know how he couldn't even deny that he had been in prison? And I wish that a lot of the times these black men would understand that your stupidity, your ignorance, your lack of education is evident in the way you speak. A lot of times they speak like the sloth off of Zootopia, like, hey, what it do, shawty? I just got finished smoking me a fat blunt, shawty. Oh, la la la, shawty, shawty, what you doing, shawty? And that's my thing is that you're a criminal. You are a felon. And you are in here trying to act like you're better than somebody. You calling women in here defiled when you had that little wussy defiled when you was in prison by Big Bubba, Big Back Bubba. Like it just doesn't make any type of sense. Like I really, it just, y'all got to be real. And you cannot talk to me about morality when you're a felon, sir. And that's y'all have so much energy and passion for things that y'all shouldn't even care about. You should care about staying out of jail. You should care about being a productive member of society. You should care about not being a statistic. You should care about not sounding like every last brain cell is unalived in your head except for one. That's just disgraceful. And this is what I'm trying to say. The majority of the men that even have so much to say are like this. It's really scary. Like every time, and I keep trying, you can tell the type of man that you're talking to most of the time when you hear them speak. But I, you know, and God bless any woman that comes across that man, the messenger, he needs to be messaging his probation officer. That's what he need to be doing. Like, honestly, sir. But anyway, I'm sorry. Y'all tell me if any of y'all didn't know that man had been to prison when y'all heard that man talking. Come on now. But let me keep going. Go ahead.
Hell,
I know, right? Go ahead, Cookie. Hey, sis, how you doing, Cookie?
Hey Trigger, hey everybody, I Supervillain, I Sage. Trigger, you got me cracking up. I need a moment. But to answer the first question about the older men and younger women is gross behavior is definitely gross behavior is definitely unacceptable. And what we need these older men to understand, every time you are trying to get at a younger girl, every time people see you outside with a younger girl, everybody's thinking that you are so grotesque and nobody wants you. And this is why you're doing this. And we all know that them girls don't want you. They want the funds that you come with, if you come with funds, because a lot of y'all are grown and bums, have not accomplished nothing, have no education, still live with your moms. And this is the thing is that a lot of older men, because the thing is this about the 18 and the 19s is those are still teenagers. You can paint it as legal. You could paint it. Those are still teenagers. You can paint it as legal. You could paint it however. But me as being a 28-year-old woman, I wouldn't talk to somebody that's 18 and that's only 10 years after me. So what does that tell you? That you as a grown man are willing to talk to somebody that's 30 years your senior. Like something is literally wrong with you. A lot of you men, and then y'all don't go after these young girls who have proper father figures or male figures in their life. You go after these girls that don't have nobody to tell them. That is an old grody man, and you have your life ahead of you. You do not have time for his uncurable STDs and STIs, because a lot of them have those issues going on, and a lot of them have ED issues, and they just want to tie you down. Because I seen a TikTok where a young girl was saying that a lot of these old men are trying to approach them on dating apps, and they're 48, trying to talk 48, 50, talking about they ready to start a family. They ain't started a family. Why do you think a 22-year-old would like to end the rest of their 20s to be your aid and helper? Because by the time you have kids, they're going to be wiping your butt. Two, most women do not like you. Yes, and that is the thing. Most women do not like you old grody men. Every time I come across one of these old grody men on this app and they start talking about how they don't want this in a woman, and women being educated doesn't matter, and oh, y'all don't know how to cook, you are old and grody and nobody wants you. And this is why you act like this. Because if somebody wanted you, you wouldn't be doing this right now. If you felt wanted and you felt like you actually mattered and you benefited to society, you wouldn't be doing this right now. Because the men who are in marriages, who are happy, who are living their lives and actually starting their families, are not on the internet doing this, that are actually happy. It's only the miserable ones. And three, if you date an 18-year-old, you would date younger. They definitely would date younger, and a lot of them have tried to date younger. A lot of them are doing the R. Kelly and sitting at the McDonald's waiting for the little girls to get out of school and do all types of grotesque stuff and try to lure and groom these girls into being their wives and their girlfriends and their baby mamas, because they're nasty old men and perverted. Four, marriage only benefits men. Yes, marriage is a beneficiary. It can benefit women in some ways, but the main beneficiary is men. They are benefiting. They are getting not only a helpmate, but somebody who literally is catering to them, because women are told as wives that we have to cater to our husband. We have to do everything for them. And men want the privileges of marriage before you even marry with them. So if you're dating a man and you already be cooking and cleaning and sorting out because I also found out they got the women be in the checkbooks now too. You're the accountant. Listen, you need a ring, because you're doing most of the work without the credentials. And I land my plane there.
All right, all right. Thank you, Cookie. I'm gonna talk to the guy in the comments real quick. Greasy, who said that if the women in here have daughters or whatever, like we cooked or whatever. Let me tell you something. A man that's got his sunglasses on the top of his head in
Please.
2025 with a baby beer gut, like you the last person that need to be talking about anybody. You got F boy written all over your face. All over your face. Please stop it
As
and get out of here.
unwanted, he has unwanted written all over his face, because every woman walks past him. Nobody thinks about him unless they want a free drink.
Exactly.
Is 3 months pregnant. Did you see that belly?
Exactly.
Oh hell no.
It's ridiculous. And it's always the ones that nobody, like I said, it just goes back to number two. Most women do not want you. So y'all come in here and y'all got all of these things to say, but nobody on the panel wants you. Nobody on the panel will look at you twice, whether they had a man or whether they don't. Nobody likes you except that. Y'all got to stop it, man. Because the majority of the time is not even, it's not the majority of the time. It's 99.99% of the time when y'all got something to say and I click on them pictures, y'all look absolutely dreadful. Okay, so let me go down here to Honey and then Pebble. Go ahead, Honey. Let me send your Honey went, so I'll go start to sorry, ignore my dog. I went to Pebble, and so let me go to Pebble instead. Go ahead, Pebble. Are you there, Pebble? It looks like her mic can't be unmuted either, so I might have to drop Pebble. You might have to come back, Pebble. Sorry, y'all hear my dog going crazy. She going nuts. Yes, I don't know what happened with the other two ladies that were up here. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, like I was saying, I it's crazy to me that you have a whole bunch of men that know, they know deep down inside that they don't have any really, chance with the majority of women, but yet they speak so highly, or not highly, so strongly about what women should or should not do, when no woman's gonna do anything that they say. You know what I'm saying? And I think if we could get them under control, the dusty bandit epidemic, we would be better as a community. But unfortunately, it's overrun. I would say at least 70% is dusties and bandits, 70 to 75%. So it's so much that we would have to clean house on. Go ahead, Special K.
Give me 1 second. I'm leaving out of my door real quick.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Okay, let's see here. Pebble said that she got a phone call. No problem, sis. You can just send me a request again. Chill, chill, chill. Yeah, she said she'll send me a request. Did you want to say something, Supervillain?
Yes, I wanted to say real quickly before Special comes back. And I feel like we really need to start changing the culture, because especially these men who say, oh, 18 is legal, 18 is legal, we need to start shaming them, call them what they are. PD3 files. We need to start shaming them, because again, the only difference between 17 and 18 is 1159. These men are still attracted to younger women. There's something wrong with them. And I always hear the excuse, oh, some of them can't tell. Yeah, well, that's the point. If you can't tell, you shouldn't be dating that demographic. Like, they can't even have a regular conversation with women their age. You are telling me, Trick, I have a 16-year-old. I can hardly understand what she's saying, and I'm a teen mom. I was a teen mom. I'm less than 20 years older than my daughter. I don't even understand what she says when she's talking, when she uses slang and all, the millennial, or what is she, Gen Z, slang and all that. So you're not telling me these men are having great relationships going after younger women, and the younger women know. Everybody knows it's pathetic. I think we should start shaming it more. Like, instead of shaming single mothers, these older guys chasing younger women should feel the shame that they try to make single mothers feel. We really need to start changing the narrative.
Absolutely, definitely. I definitely agree. And what's crazy is that the reason why I did this live is because this morning I saw a live, well, like I said, it was with this guy named I'm Not Your Boyfriend, and that Moses guy was up there. I have blocked him so many times that I have like given up. But he was on there and talking about like how black women need to be obedient. And that's the reason why that you're looking for someone between 18 to 22, because they're obedient and they can be manipulated into doing exactly what you want them to do. And he used the term manipulation because he was like, yeah, because sometimes manipulation can be for your own good. And in no way, shape, form, or fashion is manipulating anyone ever a good thing. It's actually a negative term that people use. And he was on there talking about, and I was just like, and then he was also talking, he was saying that women that don't have children, or women that don't get married and they don't make themselves to be a helpmeet or for a man, are hated by God, and all of this crazy stuff. And like I said, and there was one chick on there, her name is Chrissy. She got like 80,000 subscribers. I don't know like the full name, but it was like Chrissy. She was a black woman. And she was just saying, yeah, agreeing with everything that they were saying. And she was attacking the women that were trying to like speak up about it. It was really, really disgusting. And I was just like, I have no idea how come that Moses dude is not in somebody lockup right now. Like I have no idea. And the idea that there was a whole group of single men, loser men, lame men that nobody wanted, they had no wives, they had no girlfriends, talking about and shaming women that are alone too, didn't make no sense. If men are so great like y'all say they are, why y'all don't got no women? Why y'all didn't find a girl of y'all dreams? Why didn't y'all find a woman that y'all think is a 10 or 10, 10, 10 or hitting on all cylinders, and she not with you? And she not paying all the bills, and she not being obedient to you, and she not doing everything that you want her to do since you're so great. The reason why is because these men are trash buckets. Nobody likes them. Nobody wants them. So they decide to go get online and hoo and holler and cry about women that they never had a chance with in the first place. And that to me is like truly insane. Like you're arguing about, it's like going up to somebody in a store, like let's say there's just let's just say there's a guy there, he's really attractive, and you go up to him and say, "Oh, I wouldn't talk to you anyway." And he's looking like, do I know you?" That's exactly what these men are doing. Y'all are talking about women that never liked you, that you didn't have a chance anyway. They're looking at you perplexed, like, what's the problem? What are you doing? Like, we didn't like you. And anybody that would ever take, and I still can't believe that people take Moses seriously. In 2025, this man got pigtails. I don't even understand why people listen to him. Like, it makes me scared for society. Go ahead, Mrs. Mack.
Should nobody take Cynthia? That's what I call him. Seriously, if you put his picture beside Cynthia from Rugrats, he is a twin. I'm gonna go ahead on and answer the prompt. Older men, younger women is very gross. It's very predatory. They just want to control and manipulate young women. They want to feel like they still got it when they don't. Most women don't like them, and that's true because they're arrogant and they're not even likable for you to even like them like that. You just have them in a chokehold where you drawing them by your money. Y'all let a man that's worm food, that's pushing up dust, to tell y'all to go wash y'all ass and leave with your wallet, which is crazy. But I digress. If you date an 18-year-old, would you? I would not. I don't date preschoolers. I'm married, but I don't date preschoolers. You couldn't do nothing for me. The thrill is already gone, been gone. I don't do that. Marriage is only benefit for men. Yes. It only benefits men because 9 times out of 10 they want a wife slave. Also, I was on a live the other day with this guy named Unfiltered, and he's married to a young woman, I guess. And his whole thing was, and when I got up on the panel, I was telling them, I said, it's strange that, you men don't find anything wrong with marrying or dating an 18-year-old. I said, it's an 18-year-old. There's some of them are still in high school. There's some 19-year-olds are still in high school, but y'all sitting outside the school waiting on them to come out. And they said that they don't think that's a bad thing to date a teenager, 10 years their senior, which is crazy to me. But he said, well, his response was, well, if they're gonna marry him, but if you look it up in the statute or statutory grape, that's what it is. If the grapists marry them, they don't get charges put against them. They're trying to find a way to maneuver the law. And he said, well, it's law, when they 18. No, you nasty. You're nasty. You ain't no way nobody would be dating my daughter and you 50 some years old. And for that Shannon situation, you thought more about the hole than your bag. You fumble. You a dummy. You a straight dummy. Cause ain't no way nobody would make me lose my bag for some ass. That's just what it is. I just don't understand it. But y'all need to get it together. Get it together, men. You need to learn how to have some penile discipline, and stop thinking that you got a curb is a disease that you need to go get checked out by the urologist. And I land right there.
All right, Miss Mack. All right, let me go down here to Special K. Go ahead, Special K. Hey, sis.
Hey, I thought you was gonna go longer. That's why I was like, okay, I got time to go downstairs and get in my car, But can you hear me? I want to make sure you can hear me as well.
Yep, I can hear you real good.
Okay. So yeah, like before when I first got on, I was gonna say that a lot of these men really believe that they are better than, like, the older men. They believe that they are better than older women. And I'm like, if I'm 40 and you're 40, well, actually I'm 43, but if I'm in my 40s and you're in your 40s, how is it that you feel like you're aging like wine and you feel like women age like milk? And I just keep hearing them say it, and I'm like, how is it that Black women in specific, we age backwards? Like, most of us don't even look the age that we say we are. And for him to even say that, is for men to even say that, it's crazy. It's like they're competing. Even say that, it's crazy. It's like they're competing against us with younger women, because whenever you talk to them about, dating the younger women, like, I think it was Shannon Sharp that even made the statement. He said, we're trying to shame older men to be with us by, telling younger women to stop dating them. And it's like, that sounds more like what y'all are doing. So a lot of times they're projecting, they do a lot of competing with us, and I don't understand why men feel like they have to compete with women. That is the ultimate crazy to me. And so I get into like these discussions and arguments most of the time on Facebook, because it's a bunch of just idiots on Facebook. But they're always, talking about they date the younger women because older women can't have babies and they can't have this and that. And I'm like, we're in our 40s, 50s, 60s, or whatever. Why would we want to have babies at that age? So that's like their number one thing. That's their gotcha moment. Oh, y'all can't have babies. It's like, why are you even in your 40s and 50s trying to have babies yourself? You know what I'm saying? So I just hear like a lot of idiotic statements that they make, and it's always just backwards. I love how you said, I just lost it. How you were saying about the single mothers. The one guy that was down in the comments, he had made the statement that Black men don't want to get married anyways. And it's like, we knew that already, but the fact that they do shame single mothers, but they're the main ones that won't get down on their knee, won't commit to a woman. They're the main ones, but want to continue to have babies, but then want to shame the mothers for having the babies that they ultimately want women to have. And it's just, I told the man that I talked to before, I said, it's a full contradiction. You guys just contradict yourselves constantly, over and over again. It's either one or the other. And I'll land there.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with everything that you were saying. I'm gonna respond to something that you said, Special K, but I'm gonna go up here to Supervillain first. Go ahead, Supervillain.
Okay, it was a couple things I wanted to say, so I don't know if you want to go first, Trick. I had like a couple points.
I'm sorry, what you say, Supervillain?
I was saying I had a couple points. I don't know if you wanted to go first.
Oh no, go ahead, sir.
Okay. All right. So I'm first gonna say, Wendy, y'all, when these dudes tell y'all good morning, please look up into the sky and make sure the sun is out, because they lie for no reason. They do always contradict themselves. Number one, when they say it's about looks. First of all, and yes, Black women do age gracefully, but it's not. First of all, that's not even a good statement. Gracefully, but it's not. First of all, that's not even a good statement, because the fact that they're attracted to youth is the problem. But I also want to say it's not even about what they're attracted to. These dudes will sleep with a tree, an apple pie, a corpse, an animal. Like, it's not about look. It's about the control, because they know when the young ladies or the women are younger, they're easier to mold. Not these new ones now, because we're definitely getting to them earlier. But they figure the younger they are, the easier it is to mold them. I will never ever consider a man and what he says about looks or attractiveness, because again, these dudes can't work in morgues. They do it with apple pies. They made a movie about it. It's called American Pie. They do it with trees, everything. So they'll never get me on attraction. Now, when they say fertility, this is why I said we need to start shaming them. We got to start calling them the P word, because the most you'll ever be fertile is your first or second menstrual cycle. And that usually happens between 9 and 12. So if you're with a woman because of her fertility, that means the most attractive woman to you would be between 9 and 12. You're a P, we have to start calling them out because that's the most when women are fertile. And even if they talking about these niggas don't care about no kids, are y'all really falling for that? All these kids in a foster care system, all these single mothers, and they talking to you about the best kids. What kids? The kids they don't freaking take care of? Are y'all freaking like? Come on! I know we're not falling for that in 2025. They don't care nothing about no damn kids. So please don't ever let them tell you it has anything to do with fertility. If they cared about fertility, these dudes would go to the doctor. Their diet literally is soda, Funyuns, and whatever they can afford on their EBT card because you know they getting EBT too. Don't ever let them think they're not. Don't ever let them think they're not receiving it. So let's stop falling for the phony tricks. They have every excuse in the world, but the answer is they're peas, and we need to start calling them out for it and shaming them every which way but Sunday about it. And I'm a yield there for now.
All right, sorry, I had to unmute myself. I see some of y'all dudes in the comments, like somebody named DRZ Fresco. You're a lame and a corny, like cornball. Like, what dude uses a cartoon profile except an Ugmo? And I already know that you are one, so I'm gonna go ahead and do what you said and block you. Goodbye. And the other dude that's in here, Quanth, like you got a picture of a cat as your profile line, whatever it is. You the last person that needs to be talking about anybody's looks or what you think they are. I would love for you to come and add me a request and turn your mic on. Turn your camera on and let me see what your face look like. I already know you look like something off of one of them Wendigos off of Until Dawn that I just saw with my husband this past weekend. The little horror movie Until Dawn. I know you look like one of the Wendigos. So it's like, why y'all always want to come up here and talk about somebody's looks or weight or something like that when y'all 9 times out of 10 don't got a profile picture, can't see your face, or I go to your page and you whooped, you smacked. Your mama looked like when she pushed you out, she wept because she just couldn't believe that she birthed a doggone little animal boy right there in front of her eyes. So y'all gotta stop this, okay? Stop the insults. Attack what you think that she said wrong, but y'all never can because what she's saying is completely and totally accurate. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So let me block you too. Whatever your name is. Bye-bye. You're gone. Get out. Um, you know, I y'all expose yourself every day because if y'all hear women talking about, hey, it's not cool for men to prey on teenage girls, it's not right, and then y'all come in insulting the women, that just lets me know what side of the fence you on. Y'all, you on side of the predator. You're on the predator side of the fence. Like you need to be locked up. Somebody need to have an ankle monitor on you. Somebody need to be looking at your browser history because what about what we said is not true. And it's so funny because y'all are ashy Negroes get in my live and say so much stuff when women say things like this. But when these dudes like Moses be in there talking about, you know what he said about the little middle school and high school girls, y'all don't challenge men like that. Y'all don't say nothing to them. When y'all see a man, an objectively old Negro that's 59, 60, 65, talking about he's looking for an 18-year-old girl, y'all don't tell them Negroes nothing or that they doing wrong. Y'all just like, yuck, 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 yuck. But as soon as y'all hear women talking about, hey, man, this isn't right. When you're 18, you don't really know no better. Then it's like, well, what are we talking about? If you think about when you were 18, and let's just say you're 40 now. Think about when you were 18 and the decisions that you made and the mentality that you had. And imagine somebody 40 coming at you. You clearly are not on an equal playing field. There's a definite real imbalance of power there. The person that's 18 is not going to know. They just got out of school from being able to be like, hey, can I go to the bathroom? Can you give me a pass so that I can go? Are you okay mentally? But like I said, I realize that 18 really is just a code word for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's what it's code word for. Because if you could, you would. Just like in other countries where they can, they do. You see them with the little gowns and the little veils on the girls that's 6, 7, 8. The girls looking all sad and bewildered and scared by being married off at 7, 8, 9 to some old, disgusting, gross man. Like, so, yeah. Okay, go ahead, Miss Mac.
I don't know if y'all remember this or not, but they had that peer group review with all men in there, and they asked the men if they could get away with dating somebody underage, would they? And they all said yes. They all said yes. That this is the thing. They're saying the quiet thing out loud, and that's why I say when I look at these comments and I see these men saying very problematic things, very predatory things, I screenshot your name, and every time I see you, it's up and it's stuck because you're a predator. Like somebody said in the comments, hide your kids, hide your wife, because you can't be trusted. Because see, if it was your child, you'll be around here all protesting, talking about don't let them do this, don't let them do that. I'm gonna unalive them because for they messing with my child. No, you around here caping for men that want to be with children. That's what you want. It's 28 states in America that still approve underage child marriages, and y'all ain't doing nothing about that. But y'all supposed to be the pillars of the community. Get the hell on.
Shoot, sorry about that. I thought I was unmuted. Go ahead, Vanda.
Hello, Triggered. Hi. And
Hey.
hi, everybody. Yes, I wanted to answer the prompt. Older man and younger woman is gross behavior. Absolutely. By the way, the other way around too. I find it really triggering when I see older women with super young men. I believe a trigger. And
Yes,
for
I
me, it's the
agree.
same. I believe it's the same. You know.
It is.
Most women do not like you, and I believe we have all the reason not to. Since little girls, we know what they are capable of. Sometimes I really think that we are conditioned to like them. That maybe it is not even in our nature to really like them, or we have like how you say that evolved out of us to all the violence they do to us. So I don't believe that. I believe if you date either the younger, if you date, you would date young. 100%. I believe 18-year-old is an excuse. I believe people have made the age 18 legal so that they can go around. I believe like 18-year-old for me, you might be legal, but you are literally still a teenager. 4 years ago, you were like 14, 15. That is crazy to me. 18-year-old is an excuse that they can legally cause harm to you. Absolutely. A marriage benefit only men. I agree with that too. 100%. A
All
hundred
right, Vanda.
percent.
Okay. Oh, were you done, sis? I'm sorry.
No, yes, I'm done.
Okay, all right, sis. All right, let me go over here to Vumi. Let me know if I said your name wrong, and then to Carmel Mermaid.
Oh no, you said it right, girl. Hi everyone. I do think that I follow you on YouTube. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I was like, I know this voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with everything. I think it's also as the person before me mentioned, I think we also brainwash as women to do a lot of things for men and do a lot of things for the validation of men and seek partnership and like marriage and like motherhood. So I feel like as a young woman, I was 18 dating like a 32 years old, but he had lied to me and he said that he was 25, but still it was very messed up even if it was 25. And yeah, it's just very crazy when you don't know better. Today I'm 28. When you don't know better. Today I'm 28, so it's completely different. But when you don't know better and you just brainwash, I come from a Christian background as well. So for me, it was like, I'm looking for a husband. I want to be a mom and stuff like that. So you just end up being in husband. I want to be a mom and stuff like that. So you just end up being in certain things where a lot of things that are set in society are also made to help certain things being a little bit more like believed, and like we just take them as the truth, and like I have to go through this and then it's part of life. But then again, we don't put a lot of like pressure on men or like responsibilizing, sorry, English is not my first language, but like we're not putting a lot of like responsibility on men and educating men and pointing the fingers at who are doing wrong. Because why are 40 years old going after 18 years old? It's only because they're legal. If they could, they will go to 14, they will go to 12. they will go to anything that is not close to their age. So yeah, just people be aware. Those who are parents, be close to your daughters, because when you're not close to your mom as well, you have your friends, and friends can help each other. 18 years old cannot be too smart at times. Some are, but usually we're just advising each other in the wrong. Not intentionally, but when you're 18 and one of you guys has the older boyfriend, it seemed cool. But then with the years, you realize like, oh no, this was not cool. This was actually like not so cute. So yeah, I just wanted to say that and to encourage everybody to just stay safe and protect your womb as well. Don't get kids with nobody, because they will try to trap you as well. Some of these very insecure men will trap younger women, so that's also something that's happening. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So thank you for the platform and keep it going.
Okay, no problem, Fumi. All right, sis. All right, let me go up here to Carmel Mermaid. Go ahead, sis.
Okay. Older men, younger women, that is gross. I even found it repulsive when I was a teenager. I'll be like, ugh, like, dude, you don't know to be my dad. You're nasty. Even I'm with Vanda, even older women, younger men. I thought that whole Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher, their marriage was kind of disgusting. I was like, ugh. Yeah, most women, we do not like you. Like, we're conditioned to, like, actually, I want to say we're not conditioned to like you. We're conditioned to tolerate men. Like, in society, we're just conditioned to tolerate. I mean, we had stories of, our grandmas, great grandmas, great aunts that literally married men so they can get the hell about their parents' house. Like, back in the day, it wasn't like how we was like, now we look at our parents and be like, screw you, mom and dad, I'm getting my own apartment. Back in the day was they married a man just to get about their parents' house. Like, screw you, mom and dad, I'm men. That's it. It's like, I don't think we actually truly like men. We just tolerate their presence because we need, to an extent, it's for population. We need it for population. Like, I wish it was like dogs where humans with female humans, we could like bite a man just to say, no, we don't feel like it. Like, I'm not ready to have sex with you. I'm going to bite your ear off. Like, I wish it was like that. Part 3. Yes, they would have dated younger. I know men that approached me, that approached my friends, my cousin, when we turned 17, because the age of consent in Missouri was 17. And they were like, well, how old are you? And we're like, we're 17. And they'll be like, that's the age of consent in Missouri, right? And we were like, ew, no, you're nasty. Stop. And how old are you? Oh, I'm 32. Out throwing up. And then 4, yes, marriage only benefits men. The only time marriage benefit a woman is when he gets put off the census. That is as a person who works at Social Security, that is the only time marriage benefit a woman, is when the man is has got put off the census, and she's going to get she's going to get his Social Security benefits. But it would be, she has to be at the full retirement age, which now is for people who's like in their, at this moment, it depends on where you're born, but for us it's 67. So for those who are married, the only time it benefits us is when we turn 67 and our men have been put off the census. And if you got good insurance policy, that is it. Other than that, it's when the man is about to go with God and the good lamb, or going to go with Satan and his minions. That's it. That's all. And I'm going to land my plane right there.
All right. Also, you guys, I did want to also talk about, and I appreciate all you ladies for giving me y'all perspectives and stuff. But I also wanted to definitely talk about this fantasy world that a lot of men are talking about, that like how they'll say, well, marriage doesn't benefit men at all. Marriage benefits you. Like, exactly in what way is modern marriage here, or even traditional marriage, whatever, however the words or terms you want to use, especially when we look at it from what most men believe it to be here in the United States of America. In what world does that benefit women? In what world is that like a great thing? So the woman marries the man. She is at risk of him being a cheater, cheating on her, maybe possibly leaving her later on, because all of y'all say is that y'all are men and that y'all can't help but be interested in other women, can't help but desire younger women, can't help but be cheaters, can't help but do these things, right? That's number one. Number two, y'all are more likely to leave a spouse if the spouse gets sick, or if the spouse is terminal, or if the spouse can't do the things that they were doing. You're more likely to do that. You're more likely to unalive. You're more likely to beat. If we're talking about the black men in the black community, it's more likely that you'll be a co-breadwinner, that you will be going 50-50 or paying 40 to 50% of all the bills. You'll be doing all of the nurturing and the raising of the children, all of the cooking and the cleaning. Even if you are contributing more to the household, the man still expects you to be obedient, be submissive, listen to what he's got to say. So in what world does that actually benefit you? And in what world is that a sweet deal? If that was business, if that was actually a business deal, your lawyer would tell you not to sign it, because all of the benefits would rest on the back of the other person, which would be the man. So I'm getting real tired of men saying that marriage doesn't benefit them. It absolutely benefits you. Statistically, you live longer. Your health is better. Your mental health is better. You have more money, disposable money, because most of the time, if it's a dual household, there's dual incomes. So you're even more financially stable. In what world are you not benefited by any of these things? So it's just like, I really wish people would really be honest and keep it real, and stop lying and trying to spin women a dream. But I really think what it is that it's rooted in making women feel as if they're getting something out of the deal, so they can, scare more women into getting married to men that are not going to do anything that's going to serve them. That's what I think, because it's just like, what are you talking about? And now, I will say that there are a small percentage of marriages where the woman is benefited, like table. Like, people always talk about how a black woman, her encouragement, her love, her anything can lift you to the highest heights of the highest. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you are definitely more benefited by that. And that's just the fact. And I don't think it's wrong to say that. So it's like, y'all, these men just got to stop the games. But right now, they have lied to women and told them that marriage just, it only benefits you, to where now they are getting women to give them all of the benefits, all of the perks of marriage, without even having the security of paperwork on the man. If y'all know what I'm saying. But let me go up here. Supervillain, did you have anything to say?
I did want to say I don't know, that submission thing with these men is so creepy,
I know.
right? Because they just want all the submission, obedience. Y'all know y'all can get that if y'all raise your kids, right? Like, raise your kids. Maybe that's kids, right? Like, raise your kids. Maybe that submission urge would go away. If y'all actually take care of your kids and teach them things, you'll get that from your children. But for some reason they want it from the woman. For some reason they want it from the woman of their life, and want to abandon their kids. It's weird to me. Like, y'all can really be out here raising y'all children. Y'all so worried about submission, but if you spent time with your kids and taught your kids, you probably get kids. They're weird.
But supervillain, they're getting that from the biblical context, and these half of these people who are pulling on the word submission don't even read the Bible correctly, which is wild to me. They always want that. Some of them don't even know how to spell submission. The only thing they have submitted to, they ain't even submitted to a job application. So it just is very weird when they want to take the biblical text and say, well, you need to do this, then the third. But the Bible says you're supposed to submit to each other. Not a man supposed to submit to his wife. It's not a one-sided thing when it comes to marriage. And that's what they think, that they supposed to reap all the benefits. It's crazy to me. Stop using the Bible to control people, especially if you cannot read. These are these coloring book reader men that don't know how to spell or read correctly. I can't stand them. And they always want to come up and say something about the Bible. And you ask them what scripture it is, they couldn't even pinpoint a needle out of a haystack. Stop doing that. You
It's
ain't been to church since 1952, since your granny was the deaconess of the church. Stop.
I mean, I definitely agree with you. It's crazy because I sat there and earlier in that live that I was telling y'all about, Moses and all of these other dudes were in there talking about the Bible and God and all of this stuff. And I'm like, I said in the comments, I said, y'all are the most ungodly group of men of all time. Y'all the last ones that need to be talking about God, the Bible, anything. Y'all want to go over here and sleep with women, commit fornication, have premarital intercourse. Y'all want to do narcotics and hard candy and smoke this, that, and the third, smoke, drink, do all of these things. But y'all want to talk about God in the Bible when y'all can try to think y'all gonna weaponize it to mistreat women. Like, get out my face. Like, they was really irritating me because I'm like, y'all are the most disgusting men of all time. Oh my goodness. Y'all over here trying to talk about somebody's moral character. And that one weird dude, Moses, over there talking about, what he was saying about kids, allegedly. It's like, BB, for real. I think somebody sent a request to join the live. I'm sorry. I tried to click on it to add you, and then it just disappeared. So if you wanted to join up, you can. Just send me another request. I didn't get a chance to see who it was, though. It was just lit up. But yeah, like,
Can I make a correction real quick?
yeah, sure, go ahead.
We They do know how to submit forms because they expeditiously submit that report form when they don't like something on a live. So they do know how to submit some forms. It's just which forms they want to submit is the issue.
Who you telling, Super Philly? Because they sure hit that submit form on me, man.
They ego be hurt bad as hell. I mean, it be the old ones for me. I'm not saying ageism. Come on now, but just follow with me. Majority of them that be reporting, they be over the age of 40. You have no business talking to any women that's under the age of 20, and they always want to tell somebody what to do, what not to do, what kind of hair, nails, weaves, and lashes, and all that. They can't have a conducive conversation with nobody. When they need to be trying to move their potty chair close to their bed and check their A1C to make sure their triglycerides is in order and make sure that they're not going to have no heart attack or no stroke. But they always want to be in the comments calling somebody big and wearing wigs and lashes all the time. But I let them know that they the one that invented the wigs and lashes. They were the one that embraced their wigs and lashes and makeup. But they don't wanna agree to that. But I digress.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna go down here to Angela. Go ahead, Angela. I sent you a request to turn your mic on. You could go ahead and Angela dropped. Maybe she added up by mistake or whatever. But I mean, I definitely agree with everything that you ladies are saying. I don't know. I just hope that one day we can like stop this influx of like lame losers and because I feel like they're so vocal. It's so many of them because they feel overlooked and unwanted in their real life that they seek to come online and spread their misery and madness to other men. And it's like an outbreak or like a virus or whatever. And so they spread it to all each other. And half of them, no, I'm being nice by saying half. I would say 75% of them are not educated and don't read and don't research anything, which is why I said this in the other live. Why, when that one guy said that Trump was going to take women's taxes for getting child support, that all of these men believed it with no proof. They get a simple Google search would have told them that it was wrong, but they all just chose to believe something that one dude said with no backing behind it. And that's because the majority of them were so grossly miseducated or uneducated that they don't even bother to find out the truth about anything, and that's actually scary. You know what I'm saying? I like It's terrifying.
Do you know that it's a man that who started that rumor on TikTok? He said he did it on purpose to show how dumb men are. He did it on purpose. He said he started a rumor about the child support to see. He said it went viral 3 days in a row.
That's very embarrassing. Very, very, very embarrassing. But I mean, he didn't expose anything that I didn't already know, because half the things that these guys regurgitate they heard from Kevin Samuels, that is not true. It has no facts behind it. None of it. It's just so this is just more of the same. Super villain, you have something to say, sis?
Just the first of all, the tax thing with child support. It's weird because like most men don't even pay child support, so a lot of them complaining is weird to me. Most of them aren't petitioned for the child support that they claim they have an issue with, and then the ones who are petitioned, half of them don't even pay it. So I'm just really, really confused on why the issue with child support. Y'all don't pay it. I can understand if they were paying it. Y'all don't pay it. So why are y'all mad about child support? Wasn't they the ones who said like only 30% of these knickknacks have kids anyway? And y'all don't get married, so y'all not signing birth certificates, and y'all not these kids' parents through marriage. So what are y'all complaining about? Then they say it's we only mess around with the lowest of the low anyway. So if they were degenerate anyway, what's the problem? Like, I'm so confused about the child support thing. Everything they say, again, like someone said earlier, is contradictory. And I'm sorry, I just really can't get off the fertility thing. These kids don't want these kids. I like when they say fertility, a woman's fertility. I just really, really sitting there and be thinking, y'all don't even want these kids that y'all worrying about a woman's fertility over. If y'all want kids, y'all can go right there to the orphanage and adopt some kids, but they won't do it. You ever seen them volunteer, make a sandwich, donate a 10-cent pair of socks to an orphanage, but they care about these kids? Come on now. I just can't get over that fertility thing. That's just a joke.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. This is the live that I was seeing. And like as y'all can see, like he looks very you know what I'm saying, ashy, dusty. Like, he doesn't wash between the crack of his behind or in between his toes. And he doesn't like brush his tongue or like clean the back of his teeth in the very, very back. And I it's very annoying to me because these are the type of men that are out here always with the most to say about black women, and it makes me so mad because they not only are they unattractive and have bad personalities, but you can see such a nasty evil spirit off of them that any woman that they get in contact with, all they're gonna do is ruin their life and make the woman unhappy. And they want the woman to do everything for them, but they don't want to do anything for whatever woman that they choose to get with. And that's exactly the reason why I say that marriage benefits men, only because in what partnership and pairing with a man like this do you honestly believe you're going to benefit as a woman? You're not going to benefit at all. You're not going to benefit in the slightest. Like you being in a relationship with a man like this, you're going to be stressed out. Your edges going to be falling out. Your teeth probably going to be falling out because he ain't got enough money to get y'all no health insurance, or he's just stressing you out. You already know everything is just going to be all the way bad. And when I looked at, like I said, this is just like a certain lineup of people. The lineup of people had changed up as I kept listening. It was ridiculous. But the guy on the top here in the top, I clicked on that guy's picture, the guy that has a picture of the icon for the cartoon. I went to that man's page and I was unaware that I had already had some interactions with him before. I had blocked him. And so I had unblocked him to see his page. I was like, oh, now I know I had blocked him because back in the day when I used to respond to people on TikTok, like I used to really like roast people on TikTok, but I kept getting restrictions and bans and trouble. And then my page, it got shut down. I stopped doing that. But that guy, I had torn him up because he had made this video at least about a year or two ago where he talks about like how ugly black women were. And like he had like brown teeth and stuff. And I was just like, what? You know what I'm saying? I can't remember if I think he had brown teeth and he was like, it was something like hygienically wrong with him. But I talked about it. And then the other men that were on the panel here, just I promise you, old over the hill men that are definitely, if y'all want to talk about prime and peak attractiveness and all of this stuff, none of the men that were up there were on. They were either none of the men were either at their peak attractive level, if that's what you want to say, which is so stupid, or none of them had ever been attractive a day in their freaking life. And it was really like it was blowing me, man. Like the fact that there are so many men that feel comfortable to get up here and talk about women that they'll never get, women that don't want them, women that don't pay them no attention. Like the guy that has the hat on, I think he's the third pick that has a black hat on that y'all see. He was talking about how like he knows that white tea women are, they know their place and they're submissive and they don't know how to be obedient to their man. And if a woman knows what to do and do what he say without question, he'll pay all her bills, but only if he has complete dominion and domination over her. But yet said he's not with that lady no more. So I'm thinking, okay, well, what does that mean? Because she still didn't get the ring. Then he said he got with a black woman after that and told her that she had to go 50-50 because she didn't want him to have complete control over her, and said that he had to break up with the black woman because the black woman was paying 50% of the bills, and said that she said that she wanted to say so in the way the house is run day to day. She wanted to have her own say and her own, or voice on things. And he said he didn't want to do that because he didn't feel like she should be speaking on anything. And I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? And then it's like Moses on her, yeah, like women need to be completely obedient. You can tell if a woman has a good man or not, because if there are women online that are married and they're speaking and they have a voice, they don't have a masculine man, because a masculine man will have their woman where they know to be quiet and be submissive and let the man take the lead and dominate them. He was just saying so much crazy stuff, and they all were just all circle jerking each other. And it was like one girl that came up there and she was 20 years old, right? And she was trying to say like, hey, that she's decided just by the way that she sees how men are treating women, that she doesn't want to have kids and she doesn't want to get married. And they tried to shame this girl and say that she was of the devil and that God hated her because she didn't want to have children and she wanted to be by herself. And she was attractive, so they couldn't call her ugly. And she was 20, so they couldn't call her old and washed. And it was just like, I just was flabbergasted. But then they said that God hates a woman that's by herself. But then on the other end, God don't hate y'all and y'all by yourself too. And y'all don't got nobody. Even though all of that type of thinking is already insane. But it's just like the fact that they were all speaking, this is what I mean when I say that, like, there are people that are truly delusional and psychotic in this world. And that's the reason why I do these lives, because it's a lot of men out here that believe this in the real world. It's a lot of men out here in the real world. I'm not going to be messy and say men that I know personally, but it's men that I know personally that really truly believe that they are supposed to be able to do everything under the sun to a woman, and the woman is just supposed to sit there and accept it and be thankful that his presence is around. There are men out there that really be on this type of time, and it's terrifying to me. Like, it's literally terrifying. Like, honestly, like, but anyway, this slide blew my mind today. Like, it was really nuts. Like, it was really, really, really crazy. I see you. You can go ahead.
Hey, hey, I was up. Hey, hey, I was up the other day, and yeah, the live got shut down. This is what I realized, and the men are not peeping it. They are following the white supremacy tactics, and they're trying to set us back in Jim Crow era, and they're not understanding that men are going to keep men single because they're not being real, and they're not standing up for women, and they're not doing right by the women, and they're going to keep men single. Why are you trying to fear tactic a woman into being with you? You are not a good leader, because a good leader knows how to follow. They're not good leaders, and they don't see that. And a lot of women, and I'm sorry if If you want to be with a man, be with a man. That's fine with you. But don't belittle the women that want to stand up for their rights. And this is crazy. And talking about men, what do a 40-year-old man have in common with an 18-year-old? They both gonna play video games? I don't get it. And that's all I have to say. I didn't mean to jump in real quick. I'm here to listen for a minute.
Oh, no problem, sis. Yeah, like I said, you guys, the live was really disturbing to me. And when they talk about these things, like they say, like, okay, well, younger women are attractive, or younger women have fertility, or younger women have less baggage or lower body counts. If that comes with age, then doesn't that mean that men possess these same things, these negatives? So, but you feel like because you have a penis that you are supposed to be able to have access to somebody that you know what I'm saying, that has they supposed to accept all of these so-called negatives that you don't want in the women that you're talking to, but they're supposed to accept it in you. It just doesn't make no type of sense. Like literally, it's like literally insane. It's really disgusting. And like I said, it's always men that are not going to be able to get a younger woman, a middle-aged woman, an older woman, a no woman. It's always the ones that nobody likes at all. And that's what's the craziest thing about it all. Let me see here. Go ahead. I don't know if you have anything to say, Vanda.
If not more to say, I was agreeing with everything you say. By now, I just believe that being a male is just a mental illness. They are privileged to be delusional. They just have the privilege. They don't need to do much work to go beyond that. Because if they want, they can do it. The men are not dumb. Men know exactly what they are doing, but they have the privilege to not do nothing and be predators. They literally enjoy it.
All right. Let me go over here to Vumi. Did you have anything to say, Vumi?
Yeah, what I wanted to say is it's just something I really find funny about the red pill community when it comes to like black men or men of like any other type of descent that are not white. I just always find it interesting because they want to abide by like their standards and like being red pills and women this, women that. But the only, not to say that like as a woman we should submit to that, never ever ever ever, but the only man who can have very high standard has to come with a certain type of deal to offer you, if you get what I mean. You can't just require all type of things and have nothing to offer in return. Not to say that because a man has money you have to do anything and everything. If you guys get me right, just you have to be smart here. But these men are coming online trying to disrespect, trying to like downplay women, trying to downplay like skills like going to school. They're trying to make us believe that you shouldn't be going to school because then by the time you're done with school, you can get pregnant. You're getting into like all type of things. But it's like you yourself as a black man is like, I have more education than you. So I have like more skills than you. I have so many more things than you. But you here trying to put me down, not remembering that like you also need to grow as a person. And like the black community in general, or like black men in general, we haven't been freed from that for that long when it comes to like slavery. So to navigate a world that was not made to benefit you as a black person, and think that you can like oppress other people when actually you've been oppressed. Sorry guys, I'm outside. When you've been oppressed not so long ago, I feel like there could be so much work that can be done in terms of ally with like men in our community, but they just believe that because now everything is online, it's free for all, everything do whatever, they all influence each other online. But best believe like this Shannon Sharp thing, him being caught with like a 19-year-old is not the same thing, and it's not affecting him the same as if it was like a white CEO from some tech company. You get what I mean? But then they're behaving like they just have the same freedom and they just have the same privilege, but it's not the same. So I just also find that interesting. They're abiding by rules that don't benefit them ever, and they don't have a way to get out of it. Unfortunately, some men of other skin tone, they have it easier when they commit certain things and they do things that are not appropriate. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to share. Maybe I went too over the top, but yeah.
Right, Boomy. All right, let me go up here to Shimmy. I don't know what you're talking about, like legitimately. I added you up because I don't know what you're talking about, like legitimately. I added you up because I was confused at what Kamala had to do with this conversation. I have no idea. So what were you saying? Like what?
Let's bet that he's gonna crash out.
Basically, it's just an example of like how do y'all? I've said that as an example because it's like how do y'all want men to put women in office, but then this is how the majority of y'all talk about men. It's like
What do you not see the prompt here? Do you not see a picture of a man and the
I see,
insane
yeah,
things they
but
were
that's all
saying?
right. Listen,
So
but that's
why
not
are
what
you
y'all.
talking about women?
That's not what y'all was discussing. That's not all right.
That's
Y'all talk.
exactly what we were discussing. What are you talking about? This is what, like, are you? This is what we're saying when we talk
Listen,
about the lack of education and
listen.
comprehension,
I
the
ain't come up here.
literacy
Listen,
rate.
I ain't here to argue with you, shorty. Like I don't know. Like y'all mad. I'm not
Oh
mad.
no, I'm not mad either. I
It sound
actually
like
think this
it.
is
It
hilarious.
sound like
No,
it.
I think that you're
It
the one that
is.
was in your feelings that came up here typing in the bottom of the comments. Like you said that Kamala lost, like somebody was supposed to burst out into tears. You have to live in this world just like everybody else does and reap everything that's going on. So what about that is a flex for you to say? You the fact that you want to come up
Who said
here
it
and
was a
talk about
flex?
men and women, like I don't get what you're saying. Nothing that you're saying makes any sense. And I guess it's my fault for talking to a grown man that will call himself shimmy fingers. I guess that's my fault. You know what I mean? But exactly what are you trying to say?
Listen, after your insults and all your little fly shit you talking, it's like, what does it even matter? Like, you pull me up here.
Oh, I got you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, shimmy. So there you go. Go ahead and shimmy those fingers right up where the sun don't shine. How about that? Because I already know, once again, you're another criminal. You're another felon. You're another black man that has been behind those walls. I can already tell and hear it in your voice. I can hear the lack of education. I can hear it. I can hear it in your voice. The only thing I wish in your voice, the only thing I wish is that I did not, before I dropped you, ask you how long it's been that you've been outside in the free world, because I definitely know you've been locked up before, for sure, for sure. And like I said, like, it's something mentally wrong with y'all, because y'all can hear men do the most horrible things and we're having a discussion about it. And you'll say, why y'all hate men? Why y'all hate men? We're only doing this, that, and the third. Why you hate us though? You was getting smart in the comments and then got the nerve to call me mad. But once again, to a grown man that's out here in these streets calling himself shimmy fingers, that should let me know already. Already that there's something highly zesty and suspicious about you. And I understand, what probably happened to you, behind those walls. And you have some, anger for that, but don't take it out on women. Okay. As I was saying, like, I really do believe that I think in the end, at the end game of this, that, you know, men are going to make the market way more competitive for other men to be able to get a woman. And hopefully, let me see if I can explain that properly. There are so many men working overtime to turn off women at the mere thought of a man, because so many of y'all are so disgustingly open and vile with your behavior, with your thoughts about women, that at the end of the day, the only people that are going to lose are y'all. Honestly, at the end of the day, the only people that are going to lose are y'all. Honestly, y'all are going to lose because y'all are the ones that benefit the most from marriage and partnership. Like I said, men benefit the most from it. Whether you want to admit it or not, science is not wrong. They've already proven that to be the case. Not to mention, if you believe in the Bible, biblically speaking as well. So my thing is that what y'all are going to do is make it so difficult for y'all to get women that will give y'all any time or attention, that y'all are just going to be alone. And y'all are going to be miserable. And y'all are going to be unaliving early because y'all don't have anybody, because y'all actually need women, which is why married men live longer than single men and single women live longer than married women. That's just what it is. And that's very unfortunate. Because it's like, for the men, like I've already said, I don't know if anybody knows this. I've said the percentage of men that I think are decent in the world. Now, I can only speak for myself because I know Supervillain doesn't share this thought process. I don't know if everybody else does though. But I say 70-30, 75-25, 70 being bad men, 70%, or 75% being bad men versus 25% to 30% of decent men. And this includes all races that I believe. So there's such a small percentage of decent men. And that's the reason why everywhere you go, you hear all these ashy lames talking, and of all races, talking about, women, thinking that women should be at the very bottom and all of these different things. And that is going to make it difficult for men that are decent, men that are good, men that do have good character to find somebody. And then the rest of y'all are going to be alone. And I honestly, I really do. I've said this before publicly. It's 2025 now. I think in about another, I would say in 2030 to 2035, you're going to see the real effects of all of these things that men say and how much they have turned off the younger generation of women. And how much they have turned off the younger generation of women. And how many women that may be in their 30 to 40 range that also may have been divorced or something like that are also not going to come back and go back into the dating market either. That's what I think. Y'all are ruining it for your brothers, for your brethren. Go ahead, Tink Tink.
All right, so what I'm going to say is this. Like, I understand what y'all saying. I'm not up here to bash any side or anything. I'm just up here to speak my mind about the topic of hand. And I don't think that's true that men prefer them type of women. It's just that type of women are out there, just like it's that type of men that are out there. But for real, y'all missing the big point. They really trying to kill us off, and they turn the black man against the black woman. So if y'all missing that, y'all missing it. I'm sorry, but it's not supposed to be that way. But the only way they can kill our race off is to tear us apart. Put the black
Stop
man.
friendly language, please. Stop saying the K word.
All right,
Unalive.
well, to get rid of the race, they putting us against each other. You can't migrate. You can't populate. You can't make more of the same race if y'all against each other. So with all that being said, the social media is killing us. Real talk.
But then it's
All of us are
gonna
not bad. All of us are not bad, and all of us are not good. But we can work together. It's just that this is tearing us apart. Straight like that. Everybody on here bashing each other. Ain't nobody got a solution on how to fix it
I
or make it
do.
work.
I got a
Tink Tink,
solution.
let me ask you a question. How long have you been married, Tink Tink?
I was married, not married no more.
Okay. Are you dating right now?
Yep.
How long you been dating? Who you're with?
About a year.
Okay. Let me say something. You are part of the problem. You're not with some woman that you were married to. You created a broken home. You're dating somebody. A year is long enough for you to know if you want to be married to her or not. You're not married to her either. So my thing is that I don't want to hear all of this type of
Hold on,
solution
hold on, hold
stuff.
on.
No,
First of
no,
all,
no,
first
don't
of
don't
all,
don't hold
first,
on me.
hold
Don't hold on me. This is my life. Please don't do that. Um, you want to talk about the black man and the black woman and turning against each other and all of that other stuff. It's always that when black women are speaking out about the disrespect that they are meted out at the hands of black men, then it's all of a sudden, what are the solutions? I can't tell you what the solutions are. You see this Negro, excuse me, I almost said the N-word. You see this Negro's name at the bottom of this picture right here. You go to his page and you go talk to him and you go tell him, hey, my dude, my guy, you need to stop making lies where you bash black women. You need to stop making lies where you talk about preying on girls that are teenagers. You need to stop doing that, brother. You need to stop telling black women that they need to be obedient and submissive to you and do everything that you say while they pay half the bills. That's what you can go start doing. And then maybe that can help a solution as far as black women saying, hey, trying to stand up for themselves and say, hey, not to do that. When you talk about all of these things like, oh, it's both, it's not an even playing field. And that's what makes me so upset is that oftentimes y'all always want to come up here and when y'all talk about this black man versus black woman thing, y'all try to make it seem like like it's an equal thing, like black women are doing exactly what black men are doing and it's equal. It is not. Black men are unaliving black women. 50, I say this stat all the time, and I'm going to continue to say it because people need to know it. Black women make up 10% of the female population in the United States, yet they make up 59 and 60% of all unalivings of women. Over 90 to 95% of the time when they're unalived, it's at the hands of a black man. Okay? When black women and black girls are ex-trafficked, who's doing that? BLK men are doing that. Not only are BLK men doing that to us, y'all are also unaliving each other at higher rates than anybody else. So if you want to talk to somebody about who's against
What's your
who's
success
doing the
rate with
real
other
thing?
races?
Who's doing the real thing? Y'all are. So why don't you go somewhere and talk to the people that are really doing the things about the solutions? When you talk about the crime that's going on in the black community, as I say a million times, who's selling the hard candy? Who's unaliving? Who's doing a carjacking? Who's doing the robberies? Who's doing all of these things? Not black women on any notable scale. That's a fact. When you talk about incarceration rates, who's doing that? When you talk about how black women are single mothers and baby mamas and all of this, that, and the third, who's in control of marrying? Men are in control of marriage, right? Black men marry the least out of all races of women, all races of men. So once again, go somewhere where the brothers are at and talk to them and make some leeway with them. Why would you think that you're going to make some leeway with women who are already tired of being degraded and bashed online? You see a man up there talking trash and your thing is to attack me and to tell me that I need to do something? Check yourself.
I ain't
For
attacking
real.
you. You doing the same exact thing he
I'm
doing.
not
You
doing the same
bashing men.
exact nothing. The only thing I said was facts, sir. I didn't say nothing about, I didn't say every single black man is bad. I'm married to a black man and have been for 15 years, something that your divorce behind wouldn't know nothing about. So I'm not, all I told you was facts. Everything that I told you is really happening in the black community. Everything I told you is a real thing. I didn't come up here and say, oh, black men is ugly. Black men don't need it. Black men are unattractive. Let's talk about black men's body counts. Let's talk about black men and how come they won't submit to the black woman and listen to everything that the black woman got to say and obey me. I didn't say nothing like that. That's bashing black men. I didn't come up here and talk about your hair and say, all black men are nappy headed. I don't like their hair. I don't like their wide noses. I don't like their skin. All these other races of white men and Hispanic men with straight hair is better than y'all. I didn't say nothing like that. So get it straight. We'll realize when somebody's bashing and realize when somebody's telling the truth. The problem is that y'all conflate telling the truth with bashing. I know the truth hurts. I know that it does, but the truth is not bashing. I never say anything about y'all that is not rooted in fact. Nothing. You will never hear me come up here and now I'm not saying it's not other black women that do this. I've seen it. But y'all come up here and now I'm not saying it's not other black women that do this. I've seen it. But y'all never see me come up here and put white tea men above black men and say that white tea men are the best and all this stuff. I don't say that because that is tap dancing and I would never and all this stuff. I don't say that because that is tap dancing and I would never ever give a white tea person props, male or female, for nothing. Now, some other black women want to do that. Cool, not me. I don't do that. All I tell y'all is the truth because maybe if y'all hear the truth enough, it will click to y'all that y'all need to do better. Because what y'all are used to in the black community is being coddled. Black women coddling y'all mamas, y'all grandmas, y'all aunties, y'all sisters, y'all baby mamas, whoever coddling y'all. Yes, king. Yes, king. You're doing great, king. You're awesome, king. Oh, you could pay the light bill for $50, king, and I'm paying the rent that's $2,500. You're doing great, king. Y'all don't need to hear that no more. Y'all don't, because the fact that y'all have been coddled has enabled y'all to be so entitled and so disrespectful. And that's the reason why you have men like the guy that's in this picture right now that can look like the bottom of my shoe, that can objectively be unattractive, that no black chick is trying to talk to. No black woman is trying to talk to this man. If a woman sees this man in the store or whatever, this is not a man that the women are trying to holler at. That's not disrespectful. It's just a fact. But he feels so content and so confident to come on this app with his full face showing and talk about black women. Why is that? Why is that? Because he has been entitled all his life and coddled by black women that made him feel like he's somebody. that made him feel like what he's got to say matters. And that's all I'm trying to say. And I did not drop that man that was up here. He left of his own volition. He left of his own volition. He left because he didn't have anything to say. Because the only thing they try to do when they come up here and say that whole black women and black men, we need to stick together. They only want to silence the black woman. They don't never go nowhere where these Negroes are and say the black man and the black woman got to stick together. Brothers, y'all got to stop bashing our sisters like that. Y'all got to stop talking about them like that. Y'all got to stop doing that. You never hear it. You never hear it. And then exactly, just like Tanisha said in the comments, why do black women need solutions? Y'all always want to talk about solutions when y'all are addressing black women as if black women, and I'm going to say these stats, I say it all the time, as if black women are not the most employed race of women in America right now. As if black women are not one of the most educated groups in America right now. As if black women are one of the largest groups and fastest growing groups of homeowners in the United States. As if black women are not one of the largest groups and fastest growing groups of entrepreneurs in the United States. As if black women's incarceration rates has not plummeted and dropped down to the ground, and white T women's incarceration rates and crime rates are higher than black women's. As if all of these things are not happening with black women. As if birth rates have not gone down with black women. Y'all call black women baby mamas. Y'all say that they welfare queens and all of this other stuff. And so black women say, okay, cool. I'ma stop having babies. Then. So what in the world do we need solutions for black women for? Huh? Because black women aren't the one putting people in the dirt. Black women are not the ones that y'all scared of when y'all go to a party or y'all go to a Boosie concert and y'all looking around and somebody get into it and y'all scared if somebody gonna pull out the blick and start pew-pewing up the place. Or unaliving little girls that's getting hit by stray pew-pews in the brains and stuff like that. That black women aren't doing that. So really, what are you talking about? The solutions lie with the black men. And y'all can record this, screen record this if y'all want, because I'm not going to say it very often. I do not hate black men. I love black people in general. I believe that we are special, amazing, awesome, talented people, both of us. But I do believe that black men, not all, of course, but the majority, are fundamentally broken, damaged, broken, self-hating, whatever you want to call it. And it's also black women have enabled them to be that way by never checking their behavior, by never telling them anything that they were doing wrong. And that's why we have this chasm of chaos and dysfunction right now. So hopefully one day y'all can hear my words or other black women's words and do better. But unfortunately, I don't believe that y'all will do better no time soon. So stop trying to make it like I hate y'all. Y'all want to call the truth hatred. The truth is not hate. It is not. I'm telling you because nobody else will tell you. Black men aren't telling you. They're being like this dude in this prompt. A whole bunch of ugly dudes circle jerking each other and telling each other they're all going to get Beyonce when they get to be 40, when they're not. They're not going to get Beyonce. They're not going to get nobody. They're not. They're all going to be old, unattractive like they are now, loser men by themselves, or with women that they really don't want, that they're mistreating. That's the fact. Y'all can lie to each other, but I'm not going to lie to y'all, because that's all y'all do right now is lie to each other. Oh yeah, I'm going to have value at 50, 55, even though black men have the worst health. We don't take care of ourselves. We don't go to the doctor. We don't do nothing. We don't check our weight. We don't look good. We age like bananas. But somehow y'all gonna be able to run around out here with an 18-year-old, and she gonna be happy with you. And when she's in the store with you and she see a boy her own age that's looking nice and youthful, she's not going to be regretful that she's with your old behind. Like, be for real. That's not being hateful, man. Y'all got to stop it. I'm not being hateful by telling you the truth. Y'all want to talk about black women all day long. And now I'm starting to really understand right now why I'm speaking. The reason why y'all get so upset when I say these things is because what I'm saying is the truth. And what you're saying about black women, you know is a lie. You know it's a lie because you're jealous and you want a black woman, but you don't qualify for her. I'm really starting to believe that's exactly what it is. That's why you're so upset, because like Cat Williams said, the liar knows the lie he told. You know the beauty and the power of black women. And that's the reason why you're mad when I come and speak the truth. What did Kendrick Lamar say?
He said, don't tell lies about me, or I'm gonna tell the truth about you, or something like that. That's really what it is. That's really and truly what it is. So accept it, man. And that's all I gotta say. Y'all had no problem talking about black women's hair, weaves, body, single mothers, all of these things every day, all day, 24/7. So don't get in your feelings when you hear somebody else responding and say, stop it. Go ahead, Gold. Let me send you a request to turn your mic on. You can go ahead, Gold.
Appreciate that. So I hear what you're saying. I try to take, when these conversations come up, I try to take it for a grain of salt that they are. Let me ask you a question, because I just stepped in. Are you married?
Sorry, I had to mute myself. Yes, I'm married. I've been married for 15 years to a black man. It'll be 16 years.
Congratulations.
Yes. Why did you ask?
And
what does that have to do with what I'm talking about?
well, it plays a part when it comes to our experiences and what we go through as well. So when you're talking about, because you went through the dating phase, you went through the friendship phase, you went into the marriage phase, you've been married for 15 years, like you said. So it plays heavily when we talk about these kind of subjects, right? Because you got to speak from wisdom about what you're talking about. I don't disagree to a degree about what you're saying about black men. There are some who are at
Are
that
you
level,
married?
but they're not.
Are you married?
I am. Been married 21 years.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
but you know I don't want to ask you that. Go ahead.
so to what I'm saying is, like, when you're talking about men, though, so we got to have a differentiating between the two. You got males that's out here who are just adult children, and they do fit the program that you just said. However, men don't talk like that. We're not talking like that. Yeah, you got Shannon and the rest of us out here. They doing their thing, living their life, whatever case it be. But he far doesn't. He's in the top tier. He's built. He got money. He looks good for his age. So you can put him in that category to say, like, oh, they regret. She ain't regretting nothing. She just trying to get the bag.
No, she did regret something. That if you don't think that young woman, if you think that she didn't plan that from the very beginning, if you think that she ever liked Shannon Sharp, you're crazy. She never
Okay,
liked
so
that man. She
to
was
what you
never
just
attracted to
said,
that
if
man.
we think that she liked Shannon Sharp from the very beginning,
She
we're
did.
crazy, right?
Absolutely.
So okay, but to my point of what you just said, though, what I said was she was just after the bag. So regardless if she liked him or not, she was going for a goal. It wasn't a regret in that. That was a planned action. There was something in that. There was no
Yeah,
oh,
but
I
what does
liked him
that
at
have to do
first
with
and then
what
I
we're
regretted
talking
it later
about?
because I want to be with somebody younger.
No,
No,
what I'm
it
saying
wasn't
is, what
that.
does that have to do with the average everyday woman? I'm saying an average girl that's 18 and 19 that gets with a man because he's not going to have Shannon Sharp money, she's going to regret her decision. That's what I'm saying. After her youth is gone, after she's wasted her time, after she's poured these so-called prime years into this old buzzard, absolutely she's going to regret it. The only way that she might not possibly regret it if there was a 20 million or $50 million payday at the end of the rainbow. But the majority of women, like 99.99% of women that get involved with black men, are not going to have that payday. And I still don't understand
But the question,
what you're speaking about. Like, what does any of this have to do with anything that we're talking about? And why did I have to be married, which I am, to speak on anything like that's going on? Like, there are plenty of black women that are single that know exactly what I'm talking about, because it's obvious that this is a societal problem. And it's not just with black men. Certain things are unique societal problem. And it's not just with black men. Certain things are unique to black men. But this whole crazy behavior that men are exhibiting right now it's a lot of men in general. So
okay,
it's a lot of men in general. So
okay,
I don't
so
understand.
all right, so I'll repeat what I said. Maybe it was missed. I came in on the end part of that conversation to what you were just saying the last 2 minutes.
Oh, you didn't
So
hear it.
maybe I
Okay.
got to what you had said. What I did hear, what I gathered in that, I said to you about what your question about being married, or my question to you about being married was, it plays heavily in the experience, the wisdom of what you're putting out here. So it's not just an opinionated, it's an informed opinion that you're putting out there, right? Yes, there are some older single women or single women in general that have some experience that they can share about that, but it's going to be limited when you got women that have never been married, that's talking or never really had a relationship and trying to give information about having a relationship. That's null and void.
I
That's
mean,
like
men do
talking
that
to a
every
broke
day.
person.
Men do that every day.
That's irrelevant. Okay,
Kevin
but
Samuels.
you
Kevin Samuels did it. He wasn't in a relationship. He wasn't with anybody, and millions upon millions of men followed him, called him the
actually he was.
Godfather,
He
and
was in a
listened to him.
relationship.
He wasn't in a
He
relationship.
he was.
He
He wasn't
unalived
married.
with the girl that he paid for. So he wasn't in any type of relationship. He unalived himself with a girl that he was paying for. What are we talking about? He wasn't in any type of relationship. If you have to pay someone to touch you, that's not a relationship, sir.
And she wasn't single. I mean, skinny.
So I don't.
Well, I
What
don't.
are we talking about? Kevin Samuels was not in a relationship, and if I'm not mistaken, he was also divorced. So what are we saying? That man had literally no expertise, no wisdom, nothing but bitterness and destruction to pass on to men in general, which is what he has done.
And was broke.
For them to have all these questions for women and say that men is this, that, and the third, do they date men? Do they have a romantic relationship with men? Have they slept with men? I mean, just because you're homeboys with them, that don't mean you have an intimate relationship with them, that you know the ins and outs of dating men. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I think that's a good point as well, Miss Mac. I think a lot of times you have men like yourself, you come up here, you say you've been married for 20 plus years, and then you want to say about the things that, oh, well, these women don't know if they've not been married or they haven't experienced this and that. You have no idea because you're not in romantic relationships with men. So how would you know what they present to as far as how they treat women versus how they treat you as a friend? And see, same thing, I've used this example before on when there are men that may unalive themselves and their whole family, or they get exposed for beating the brakes off their wife and their children. Their male friends say, oh, I didn't even know. He was a great guy. He was really nice to me. I couldn't even believe he did this. I'm shocked. I'm surprised. I'm bewildered because what they show you is not what they're going to show a woman in their life. So once again, everything that you're saying just is not rooted in any type of understanding. Anyway, let me move forward.
No. That's just your viewpoint of how you want to have it in that perspective, and that's fine.
No,
But
it's
the
not my
thing is,
viewpoint. It's a fact.
hold on.
No, it's not. No,
Is
hold on.
okay.
I think once again, y'all got to get real. You don't tell me to hold on my own live. I don't know you. I don't owe you anything. You're a random man that just decided to come up here. I don't owe you to listen to you. I don't have to listen to your perspective or your thoughts. Sometimes I do, and it's only because it's entertaining to the people when I upload this to YouTube. That's it. Me personally, after you spoke for the first 10 seconds, I knew that you were ill-equipped to have this conversation. Let me move forward. Go ahead, Ada.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. I just recently, like maybe an hour or two ago, left another panel where they were talking about whether or not a 18-year-old should date a 40-year-old. And to answer all the questions, should a man prefer a younger woman or should they date younger? I say no. And truthfully, it really depends on the age of said young person. And a lot of men like to date women that are below my age. And I'm 27. And when I say below my age, I mean fresh, like 18, 19 fresh. And that is very telling. I think that if you are dating somebody that is that much younger than you and you are Shannon Sharp's age or anybody for that matter, I mean, you don't have like a real reason as to why you're even like attracted to that person outside of what they look like and outside of how fresh they are. And you can, if you pick up what I'm putting down when I say fresh, um, if you don't have any reason outside of that to be dating somebody younger, you don't need to be dating nobody younger. Like to sit up and say, yeah, low body count and less baggage. Like, bro, you're an adult. Like people go through things throughout their life. Even this 18-year-old that you call yourself talking to is gonna go through things throughout her life, throughout his or her life. Like, I just don't. I think it's weird because now I feel like you've been watching and waiting for said person to turn 18, and just because it's legal and just because they're past the age of legal consent, that is like your safe, like your safe zone to say that it's okay. Like it's gross and it's weird. Like it's no real reason for somebody to want to date somebody that's not like fully developed mentally.
All right, Ada. I just wanted to say real quick to Gold Code, who I dropped. That other guy that was in here, I think his name was Gino. I already blocked him. Who said that TikTok Live is a power trip, and you were like, yeah, or whatever, you co-signed it. That's the reason why I dropped you, because if you feel that I'm such on a power trip, you're more than willing or more than likely. I don't know how to say it right now. Go ahead and click the X. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and just leave the live, because y'all think that a black woman standing up for herself is a power trip. You think that you gonna be some type of random Negro and come here and like, oh, and I'm supposed to just stop, drop, and listen. I don't have to do that. It's like me going in your house and then telling you, hey, did you get behind that toilet and clean up there? Make sure you get the bottom of that bowl and use them Lysol wipes and get all that together and straight. How ignorant would that be? You don't come on my stuff. I don't know you and then tell me what I'm going to do and what I don't do. I'm not your wife. You may got a wife, but I'm not that. So I don't got to do nothing that you say. And even if I was, I still don't got to do nothing that you say. So y'all got to get for real, honestly. And get a grip and stop thinking that like your penis entitles you to something. And that is like something seriously that I hope that over the generations, I probably won't see it in my lifetime, but I really hope that eventually there's some way that y'all can start unpacking the reason why y'all feel like a penis entitles you to dominion or domination over a woman. It does not. You ain't did nothing special. Y'all, you ain't doing nothing that can't do, that I'm not capable of doing, that I have to sit there and listen to you. You're not. And then my thing is, you tell me that you came in on the end of the conversation, and then you want to talk like you heard everything. Well, if you didn't hear the whole conversation, you came on the tail end, then maybe you should have shut your mouth and waited till you got more clarification or more shut your mouth and waited till you got more clarification or more context of what we were speaking about. But once again, that's where the lack of education, where the lack of literacy, where the entitlement comes from, that you feel like lack of literacy, where the entitlement comes from, that you feel like I still got to listen to you and I still got to listen to your perspective when you don't even know what I said. God bless your wife, okay? Because I know she's somewhere pulling her edges right on out her head right now. Can't even do no baby hairs. Can't even make a swoop because she done pulled all of them out. Dealing with your ashy behind. Ugh. Anyway. This is ridiculous. Oh my God. His wife can't even do no swoop. She can't even do just a little bit. You know how you just do the little bit of edge right there at the top above your eyebrows? Just a little bit of swoop. She can't even do a little bit. She can't do nothing. She can't even wear a half wig and swoop the little, because you got this lady pulling out all her edges. Do better. Do better.
Now
All
she
right.
can't rock the U part. That's crazy.
No, she can't do the U part, sis. She can't do the U part.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Have y'all ladies seen those photos of women that took their pictures while they were with men, and then when they were no longer with men, how different they look?
Yes. It's
I
scary.
saw it.
I couldn't believe it. That the weight and the relief just fell off of them. But I don't understand why men, they keep hollering they're a good man, but they don't even see what's going on, to whereas they are following the white man's rule to get us into submission. And the only thing that's going to get us on point is if for men to do what they're supposed to do and get mentally and emotionally mature and put more education in there, get more education. What's wrong with that? They act like they're jealous of us.
Yeah, I think there is a huge conversation that needs to be had amongst men, and like this is like pulling women out of it. I think men have a hard time holding other men accountable, let alone holding themselves accountable. So like just imagine if you know a group of males and they are friends with each other. Just to piggyback off of what the host was saying earlier when she said when men do things to women like abuse, their friends or their male counterparts are always like,
Stop.
yeah, I never knew that he was like that. He was always a good guy around me. He never like it's almost like they just can't seem to see the bad in nothing that their male counterparts or the men just around them do. And it's kind of getting like tiresome. It's kind of like the act of it is kind of getting tiring. It's so tired. Like, you mean to tell me, like, it's really hard to convince me that this is the first time you ever seen your friend in a relationship. This is the first time you seen him, you know what I'm saying, get even remotely close to, doing what he did to said person that he was dating, to being abusive. Like, it's almost like and then they sit and try to low key justify it. And like, it's just all of it when it comes to men and their emotions. I feel like that's just something that is like so far out of our hands. Like, it's nothing I can do if you can't control yourself mentally and emotionally. Like, that's so far gone. Like, it's nothing I can do, nothing your mama can do. Like, that's just solely on you to have your own like mindset. It's like men lose all bodily autonomy when it comes to emotions and feelings, and women, it's like they just forget everything. And it's like I don't
Yeah.
understand it. And then they always hold us to a standard where we have to, you know what I'm saying, be able to control all the things that they seem to lack capability to control.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make y'all laugh. Have y'all ever really looked at a fit us that are older and have seen men unclothed at a certain age? It ain't pretty. It is not pretty. Just like our boobs hang, they things hanging. It ain't pretty.
I'll vouch for that. I've been a nurse since
It is not
2013.
pretty.
I've been a nurse since 2013. I've seen a whole lot of bodies. A lot of these men need to be quiet. They just
And
really
then
shouldn't
y'all
be
can
talking.
sit up there and bick and buck and do all the weights on the top and on the legs. But that sack boy is not a pretty thing.
You ain't gonna even have to get to the sack part of it. We talking about ooh, it be drawn up like a turtle. You be like, where is it? You can't even put a catheter in it. You be like, oh my god,
And
where's it
then
at?
most of them got to take a pill,
You
messing with a
you
young girl.
you almost got to find where's Waldo for it. Do you know how many times I had to stretch it out like a rubber band just to get the catheter in?
Mm. Yo,
Y'all doing too much. Y'all doing
why? It's the fucking truth. Y'all ladies tap the screen. It is 44 in here. Please, let's get the host up to 100K.
But
But it
it
for
don't matter,
real.
y'all, because I'm about to end the live because it's been 2 hours. I normally be like conking out around two hours, y'all. I'm gonna
I
let
didn't know you
everybody.
was in here for 2 hours.
Yeah,
Somebody said,
yeah.
wait.
I'm gonna let everybody else get. I'm gonna let all y'all speak before I get out of here though. I think I added up somebody too that just sent a request. I'll start from the top to the bottom, and you guys y'all can say y'all final things. I'll start with Miss Mac. Go ahead, Miss Mac.
Um, I love it here. Trick, I always love when you come online. Super villain, the word knick-knack is gonna always stay rent-free in my head. I just need men to start looking a little bit more deeper. And just because your homeboy don't present these these teenagers in front of you, you don't even know what they're doing when you're not even with them. You didn't even know that they be hiding people in their basement. So stop saying that you know your homeboy, because you don't know what your homeboy doing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They probably talking to some children. So but you don't check them on it. But that's all I got to say.
Well, sorry, I muted myself. I had to get myself back on there. Okay, no problem, Miss Mac. All right, I'm gonna go over here to Supervillain. Go ahead, Supervillain.
Thank you, Trig. And y'all, please tap the screen. Let's get her to the like she deserves. I'm gonna end it with saying this. Y'all old creepy men, you're old, you're ugly, you're dumb, you can't read, you got a little bit of a paycheck, but I don't know what woman wouldn't take a candy head's last dollar if he's willing to give it up. So you're not special. Take what you can get and shut your behind up. That's all I can say at this point. And we need to start shaming these men for real. Let's shame them, shame them, shame them. They need to be feeling like single mothers out here if they going after younger women. And to the
Facts.
younger women, absolutely, right? And to the younger women who are obliging them, y'all better get every last dime you can get out of them. If it's their pension, their 401k, if it's their social security check, you better take what you can get and don't give them nothing. Make these dudes pay as they weigh. And I'm a yield there. Thank you, Trigger, for this space. You're awesome. You're a rock star.
Thank you so much, sis. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, sis. And yeah, please, if y'all gonna do it, I don't recommend you do it, but if you are gonna do it, please take every dollar and dime. All right, go ahead. I see you.
Yeah, ladies, I have a 20-year-old and she is very busty. And older men come at her all the time and she embarrassed them right there on the spot. And I encourage her to do that every day, because it is disgusting be coming at these young women. And she be like, I'm 16, knowing she 20, but she got a baby face. Honey, they gets mad because she tell them that she is 16. And they go, no, you not. And she go, how you know? If you stay out my face, it wouldn't be an issue. So yes, I taught her to, if they come at you, you make them feel like shit. So that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to shame these ladies and let them know that they are not the prize. We are. And they need to get their act together. You need to, when you come back on live, girl, you need to just tap people in to let us know you on live. And y'all have a good night.
All right, you too, sis. You too. All right, let me go down here finally to Ada. Go ahead, sis.
All right, girlies, if you're gonna be 18 and you dating somebody that's super duper older than you, please just be careful, be mindful. I don't condone it, but if you again, you grown, do what you gonna do. But please don't have a web behind. Do what you gonna do. But please don't have a web behind in a dry purse. If you gonna do that, then you should get something out of it. I don't condone men going after younger women. That's weird. You need to stop doing that and go date somebody your own age. Also, please, young ladies, if you're gonna be doing that, please wrap it up. I don't care how old they is, they next. Young ladies, if you're gonna be doing that, please wrap it up. I don't care how old they is, they next.
Time. Now I might come back with this topic again because I feel like this is a good one, or I might just do like number 4 and just leave it at that, or like number 1 and leave it at that. But anyway, if you're a black woman and you listen to this, I hope you have a great weekend or a great week and productive week, and I hope you get everything that you're looking for this week. And I'm sending you nothing but love, light, and healing. You are amazing, sis. I love y'all. Thanks so much to all the lovely, beautiful black queens that came on my live today. I appreciate all of y'all, and it's always good to hear from y'all, like Supervillain, Miss Mac. I think Sage came up here. I know Vanda was up here. Ada was just up here. ICU was up here. It was another woman that came up here too, but I think I never heard of her before. Vumi. I think that's everybody, but I appreciate all the ladies that came up. I love y'all. I see y'all.